so far this week, a federal judge has thrown out a major felony charge against two former Louisville officers accused of falsifying a warrant that led to Breonna Taylor's door before they fatally shot her. So basically, a judge rules Breonna Taylor's boyfriend caused her death. And decided to throw out the two major charges against both Louisville officers involved in that. U.S. District Attorney Charles Simpson's ruling declares the actions of Taylor's boyfriend who shot at the police the night of the raid were the legal cause of her death and not a bad warrant.
Which is an asinine point because, mind you, these officers falsified the warrant to get for that to take place. That's number one.
Exactly.
Number two, Kentucky is just like North Carolina, is a stand your ground state. Mm-hmm. And if anybody knows what a stand your ground means, if you feel threatened to where your life or your bodily harm, you can use force or deadly force to rebuff the perpetrator or whatever the case may be. So he was a legal gun owner. Mm-hmm. They wasn't doing anything because, mind you, she worked at the 911 emergencies. He had a job. They was legal. They didn't do anything. He's a legal gun owner, and it was a no knock. Remember, this is a no knock warrant, meaning they just bust in. They ain't knocking on doors and making no announcement saying who they are. So if somebody's busting up in your door and you are a legal gun owner, you're not waiting for nobody to say and see who the is. You're going to automatically shoot because you got to protect yourself and your woman, and that's exactly what the did. So because this cracker ass, mayo monkey ass Trump appointee gonna blame it on him, and he's a legal gun owner. And you notice something that's really astonishing about this?
Yes.
You don't hear anybody from what's the NRA. You don't hear nobody for the NRA speaking up on this.
Because the NRA is racist.
Of course. But see, this is where we want these Negroes to see selling out doesn't mean you're going to be likable. Anybody who gatekeeps for white supremacy, I don't give a damn what nationality it is. If you do that shit, you're a sellout. And if you are a man or a woman, how can you get up, look at yourself, to the fact that your mom, your dad, your grandparents, whatever sacrifices they made for you, you will lay down like that and take it up the butt just because you want a like your ass. You feel what I'm saying? You want somebody like your ass, and they gonna take you and put up your up the butt.
Okay, so basically, it looks like the two Louisville police detectives are Joshua James and former Sergeant Kyle Meany.
Wild, bro. Like, you don't blame that man for protecting his house.
Yeah, so it looks like the two detectives were not present at the raid, but they are accused of knowing they had falsified part of the warrant and
set the whole thing off.
And put Taylor in a dangerous situation by sending armed officers to her apartment. So,
mind you, this is a Justice Department. This is the United States government taking their asses to trial.
Yeah, but it looks like the judge wrote in the ruling that there is no direct link between the warrantless entry and Taylor's death. So what they're saying is, even though they falsified the warrant, that's still not responsible for her death.
Which it doesn't make sense because, number one, if you have a no-knock warrant, meaning they can bust up in your house without making no announcement, they can do that. If you have a no-knock warrant, and this guy, justifiable gun owner, he has the law on his side, meaning, and what another thing you're not also forgetting, I'm sure they had the castle law, which the castle law is if anybody barges in your house, you can use deadly force. You can use deadly force. So if you are a legal gun owner, which he was, and someone, an intruder, busts up in your house, you mean tell me we got to wait? He has to wait and see, like, hey, y'all, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't even make any sense. They ran up in his house. He thought there was some intruders. He protected him and his girl. They shot. They killed her. The damn police officer lied, and if they never lied, none of this shit would never happen. Like I said, it's a Trump appointee judge who making a damn asinine judgment, which it didn't make any sense. The police officer lied. They barged up in the house. The man protected his home.
Mm-hmm. And what this basically means is they've reduced the civil rights violation charges, which was the original charges against these, which two people, which carried a maximum sentence of life in prison, and reduced it to misdemeanors.
Correct.
So that's going to be reduced to a conspiracy charge against James and another charge against Meany, who is accused of making false statements to investigators. So they just got him on a false statement to investigator charge and a conspiracy charge, which is misdemeanors for both. So
once again, we're seeing two-tier justice system.
Yeah.
So you Negroes who want to vote for Trump, right? Remember, these are Trump appointee judges. Outside the Supreme Court, he did it all down. If they're U.S. district, you know what I'm saying, where it comes to major cases like this, yes, his hand's still in there. So all you Negroes who understand talking about that Project 2025 isn't real, you're already practically living in it right now. That's why Roe versus Wade been flipped over. That's why affirmative action has been taken down. That's why DEI has been taken down because of the same shit.
Yeah, so in the judge's, I guess, decision making, it alleges that while the indictment says that James and Meany set off a series of events that ended in Taylor's death, it also alleges that her boyfriend disrupted those events when he decided to open fire on the police.
Stupid.
That's what the judge said.
Like he knew that's who the they were.
Well, that's why his charges got reduced, because he was originally charged with attempted murder of a police officer.
His charges got dropped, really.
Yeah, and his charges were dropped.
Because, like I said, they came in. He was a legal gun owner, and he had the law. He was a law-abiding citizen using his rights.
Yeah, so this is a big deal. I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, you know, they said Garland, his assistant, they're going to look into it, possibly see what they can re-bring these charges back up, or find another alley to handle this situation. So it's not far. It's far from not over.
Yeah, and so far it looks like in 2022, the city of Louisville agreed to pay $2 million to settle lawsuits filed by Kenneth Walker, her boyfriend, in federal and state court. And Walker said the only justice would be Breonna Taylor being alive. So he's not too happy about having this money, despite, you know.
Oh, remember, people. So for every time a cop kills someone in your town, in your city, or your state,
y'all are paying for that.
Pays for those that pay that money. All of y'all paying for that. So when your taxes go up on your houses and shit, and all around with how you live and stuff, remember them damn expensive ass cops that y'all wanna protect so goddamn bad. That's the reason why your damn livelihood, your expenses goes up. So yeah, keep that in mind.
So this is just another example of the I'm white and I say so law, where I don't know what race the judge is, but I assume he's white.
He's white. That's Kentucky.
Covering for white folks, because in no way, shape, or form should these cops have gotten those charges downgraded to misdemeanors. Particularly those two, because they're the ones who set off the chain of events. Had they not falsified that warrant information, she would exactly be alive right now. So they're the ones responsible for it, but it looks like the judge is on their side.